Howdy folks, it's Johan, your favorite little ink blob, back at it today with our third episode of Refined Self. I'm interested here. Well done clearing the game. I'm very interested to see if something changes. Again, meta-narrative. I'm expecting a meta-narrative to unfold with the encouragement to play through multiple times and the fact that there's a lot of the story that feels like it hasn't come together. We're going to play through it. I'm going to continue to play in the way I would tend to explore more. Obviously, it's a game. I'm replaying it. I'm going to do things a little bit differently because, you know, I'm trying to see new things, but I don't want to actively be trying to hunt down some of these things. Like we got a ladder one of the times, and that was something where that we could sacrifice someone to place the ladder or something like that. I don't want to do that. I feel bad about that, but I also do want to learn eventually. So if we don't find something new with it at this point, we will definitely go back and try to game it a bit more. But I still want to sort of focus, especially since it's still unlocking personality things, right? I want to still be giving it that sort of honest crack. Now, in fairness, they may also be factoring that in, right? How much people do want to game it. So maybe, you know, different attitudes towards it. Because maybe that's part of the like adventurous testing personality is going for that, which I like to do, but I also place a strong emphasis on I want to have my experience with something, but I also want to try to engage in things sort of in good faith. And make sure that I'm getting an idea of what they're trying to present. So we'll see. It's funny because that may put me at a disadvantage in experiencing things if they're trying to do something super clever. We'll find out though. Well done clearing the game. With this, you have identified a hidden personality of yours. If you want to check it, please do so via the disc or the menu. Also, if you wish to compare with others, make use of the skills. As long as you know their ID, you can compare with whoever you like. You can also compare with someone at random. Now then, last is your most distant personality. Play once more, and you should know it in full. Right, and we did that last time. We compared with just a random person, which, you know, it's interesting, but without knowing the person, there's X amount you get out of it, right? Well, let's get our most distant personality. So you're playing the game again, as to be expected of you. You seem to understand well. Perhaps you'll uncover a most distant personality of yours. Yes. Let's go. This time, let it please work out. I have to make this succeed. There's no time. Okay. I will say I do not remember everything from last time, but I'm playing this within like a week of my last playthrough, so I'm more apt to remember how things go, hopefully. Hello, old net. I just don't know what to do anymore. In fact, what would result in her life not expiring? A normal human would surely have that option. There are differences in thought patterns, yet the result doesn't change. Why can't she keep the promise to reunite in 100 years? Please, I'm begging you. I've made it. Okay, see, we're getting some of the meta-narrative. I've made it so you can view the personality deciding rules. Use them if you must. Just make her human-like, please. Are you implying I'm not human-like? I know I'm an ink blob, but there's a person behind me. The doctor is dead. What am I going to do with myself now? I still feel like checking. Here lies Dr. Kusunoki. Doctor. Oh no, that feels like an important thing to do, even if we've done it every time. There's something on the ground. Okay, money. Locked and won't open. Okay. Oh no, checking the grave feels important to me because it's, wait, menu. Oh. Oh. Oh, fascinating. So we can see what these decisions do? Oh my goodness, okay. Oh my god! Well, I don't want to do too much of that. Oh, map. If the map has been here the entire time, I'm feeling quite goofy. First, oh, Doctor's letter. First, let me apologize for dying and leaving you behind, but it's alright. I prepared a little something so we can keep our promise. Though of course I'll need your cooperation. To regenerate me, I want you to care for the sheep. Oh, and also, be sure to live in the meantime. Well then, let's meet in 100 years. Care for the sheep. Huh. Hon 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 hon. But I don't know, I feel like checking the grave, like, the doctor is kind of the focal point of this, right? So it feels, to me, important to look at that. I think that's very human. That's part of our little ritual that a lot of folks go through. On this bench, the doctor called me by name. I still like Utsuwa. You know, I haven't actually looked it up. Does Utsuwa... Oh, does it mean anything? I believe this is a Japanese game, especially with a name like that. So, I guess just looking up Utsuwa, you know, that's, without knowing the kanji for the name, we don't necessarily get a meaning, but, ooh, Utsuwa meaning, this is, refined self. Do we get the kanji? Some folks are saying it means origin. Some are also saying vessel. Okay. I don't know. I want to just find the kanji and then look that up. Sorry, I know. I know it's a beautiful environment, so hopefully that makes it nicer. Or I wonder if it doesn't have? I wonder if it doesn't initially fill with kanji? Maybe it just, you know, maybe it just does the hiragana, but I don't know, I'm really curious about that. I like it in principle. It's a nice sounding name, but kanji for refined self default name. Okay, I'm not fine. I'll look that up more later, but I suspect from the things we're saying that it means something along the lines of like vessel or so, like, it is a thing we're projecting onto, it is the start of stuff, something. Yes. She told me, Utsuwa, let's promise. Should I fulfill that promise? Which, vessel, I think, would make a lot of sense, considering that we are trying to fill her up with a personality to change outcomes. Although, then wait, what if that means... what if that's how the doctor comes back? It's okay, it's safe in my heart. It's alright. No need to recall it. It's etched into my heart. Whatever happens, we'll be happy together. That's what the doctor told me. Yeah. Okay. Double checking the map. Just wanting to, like, actually think. Okay. So there's up. So there's under the lighthouse. Which we got to. Okay. Okay, so it's not like revealing any new areas to us. We know the rough areas, I think. Let's avoid this time. Unless we can find a battery. Let's talk to the fortune teller now. Oh, if it isn't Utsuwa, what's got you wandering around here? Bored without the doctor here? Seems you're pretty distressed. That's an old robot like me's time to shine. Act now and I'll tell your fortune for 5 coins. Normally it's 10 coins, you see. Well, it's half off. Sure. I guess I'll get my fortune. There we go. Or I guess I'll get my fortune. There we go. What fortune do you want? I think previously we chose what not to do. What should I do? what should I do, I guess? I see. I'll try divining it. Oh no, what? I feel like fortune tellers always need a sort of like floaty. Oh no, slightly too late. I was trying to get it when the thing's connected. Maybe I'm weirdly orderly, but I'm guessing that's part of what it's looking for. Aha. What you should do, Utsuwa, is find that key on your back, probably. Come to think, why aren't you winding it? Did the doctor attach it to you for your sake as an old model, Utsuwa? So that you could move all on your own? Well, I get that you're depressed with the doctor dead, but not winding your key is as good as dying. Yeah, I know. Is that my fortune? Keep that wind-up key wound! Alright. This is good. I would like to do that. I think that is a good idea. Oh my god, those are the sheeps! How did I not recognize that? Can't decide. Hey, did you go to the doctor's grave? Yes, of course I did. Yeah, I did. I guess so. Do you think the doctor is really dead? What do you mean? I mean what I said. You think the doctor is dead. I said I don't know because I was unsure. Then I said not dead because she's in our hearts. I think they are dead, but they're trying to come back. Let's try dead this time. Of course the doctor is dead. I mean, she just is. Yeah, I guess so. Sorry for the weird question, and to you of all people. No, it's okay. But really, what should we be doing now? There's nothing else to do, so I've tried drawing in things. Oh yeah, this is perfect actually. Drawing a picture of a sheep, but I'm having trouble finishing it. I can't decide what colors to make it. Well, do you want to paint it? I'm not going to do it for coins. What to do? I still think we should let her draw it herself. No, I think there's value in finishing it yourself, so I won't help. Yes, maybe you're right. I'll finish this myself then. Well, let's look in the mirror again. Actually, you know what? We always do that same order. Let's do that after we go to the shrine. Yeah. Boop, boop, boop. Not gonna light them this time. I wish we could do something with the little sheep statues. It's locked. Maybe there's a key. I feel like we pick up things and I completely forget to go try it again. Got a human pray here? Yes. The doctor? Alright, I'll pray. Wonder how much I should donate. Let's have this be a just personal moment. Let's not pray. Wait, no! I believe it was 2 bows, 2 claps, 1 bow. Oh, not pay. Did I read that correctly? Oh no. 2 claps. Wait, no. Oh no! Oh, I didn't remember to read it correctly. Clap, clap. Bow, bow, bell. Oh, I didn't remember it correctly, I think. I literally read it aloud and brain was empty. Welp. Still. You know what? We got to have our little personal moment with it. Has anyone done stuff like... I mean, I'm sure you have, but... Like, you're just trying to have a moment. And, like, you're trying to do something because you feel like you should, but you're nervous about, like, messing it up. I want to thank it for its daily service again. I think that's... Oh, wait, had I not done that? You just stay here switching between red and green forever? If it were me, I'd probably get bored. Thank you. It's cute. But, there's been a number of times where I've felt like, oh, I should do something, you know, I'm on a walk, I'm sad, let's, I think I've tried, oh, I should actually talk about that. There was a time where I am not a religious nor even particularly spiritual person. Funny considering how much I get clergy. Taking a moment before we talk. I basically, like, there's a couple of different traditions that I enjoy elements of and, have messed around with. And like Wicca is one. I like the principle of the Wiccan Rede, whatever you do shall come back to you threefold, and basically, as long as you harm no one, do what you will. I'm very not, this was a very strange time in my life where I was trying to, like, really see if I was trying very hard to see if I could come up with a version of God that would integrate well with my belief system, because I struggle a lot with the concept of someone omnipotent. I really struggle with the concept of, I think it's called a theodicy, but the reconciliation of a just God and there being evil in the world. The closest I can get is basically a non-omnipotent God, one with limitations, and sort of I guess almost like a bored teenager that we are entertainment, which is not particularly satisfying. So I basically, I recognized, I tried praying a couple of times, which it was fun. I will say, trying to open myself up to that and find places that felt good in that regard. It felt nice, even if I don't think I got a whole lot out of it, and to construct a god I can believe in, I have to degrade it so far that sort of what's the point? And that's just me not making claims about how other folks should think. That is just I would like the comfort of it. I have not found a way for me to get the comfort of it. But as part of that, I did also play around a little bit, like Wiccan spells, and there's so many different things, because it's a syncretic tradition that, Wicca is not actual, like, paganism. It's a paganistic reconstruction from, like, the mid-1900s, steeping a whole bunch of weird things. Same thing with, like, modern Satanism. But I was like, okay, speak and rhyme is one I've seen a bunch. Let's try doing that. And I, like, took a stone I really liked, moved it about Withershins a few times, and cast it off a bridge, because I was really looking for direction. And I will say, it was so strange, because I had asked for direction, and this was when I was going into college, and one of my computer science instructors was driving by. I was in this, like, little back country road, and he drives by, turns around, sees me on the bridge where I had done this little thing, and says, "Hey, Johan, how are you doing?" Sort of checks in with me. And then just drives back the way he came. Don't know why he turned up there. There seemingly was no reason for him to turn up this little road, but he did, and then went back to the main road all of a sudden. And then a few months later, he ended up offering me an internship, which was where I first dabbled with doing some software for actual software work. And man, that was strange. just it ended up being something that shaped my life. And so little stuff like that, sort of rolls of the dice. And it's fun, and I should really do that again, I think, just trying to open myself up to that kind of joy in it, because, did I influence the world? I don't think so, but it's nice. I think it's nice to have that sort of underlying whimsy, and I tried to create that. I think I've talked about, like, leaving little notes places for people and whatnot, but I need to allow myself to open up to that again. In any case, moving on. What does Inori mean? That's also, God, see, I need the kanji for this, because, like, just typing in the name could be a number of things. Okay, it could mean, like, prayer. Inori is a Japanese feminine given name and word meaning prayer, and is occasionally used as a feminine name in Japanese. Okay, so that's Wiktionary only giving one definition for it, so that might be one that doesn't have a number of different meanings, but yeah. And yeah, a lot of the Utsuwa, a lot of ones for Utsuwa are saying like vessel, so that makes sense, right? Like Inori as prayer I don't fully get, and like I like shepherds and sort of like religious context of that. I think that's neat, that vibes with me. I think I talked about Tiffany Aching last time from Discworld. And Utsuwa as a vessel absolutely makes sense. So I don't know, we'll see. Was there one like this? Who could she be? What are these around here? What are these things around here? Sheep. They watch over everything, as well as keeping a record. Oh. Recording sheep. I see, I guess. They're of utmost importance. Thus, I have a request. Please touch some sheep and come back. Specifically, sheep other than those here. I believe there should be 3 or so out there. If you find them, I'll give you coins. We were told to take care of the sheep. Alright, I greatly appreciate it. Take care of the sheep. Sheep, sheep, sheep. Touchy the sheep. Okay, John, what do I do? Told me to kill these. Haha! War, war. Kill me if you think you can. I'm going to try killing him. And I don't love that. Do I? I really shouldn't, because it really hurts me in my soul. So let's try, let's pet it again. There. Stop it! Don't screw with me. Ow, it has hacked me. Okay. At some point we should, I was like, oh, we should do it because, you know, like, I think it's fair to, like, trust in the doctor, but I can't. I can't. I can tell you the latest and hottest info. Good day, good evening, I'm the informant. I deal in a variety of information. Currently, I have 3 pieces of info. But I'm afraid I cannot tell you if you're unable to pay 60 coins. I await your next visit. Okay, more money. Right, Ladderbot, I don't want to do that to him. Ooh, ramen? Ramen, you want some? It's 20 coins a bowl. Oh, we had some already. Okay. Move the cat. It's a kitty. I love the face. Move, cat, please. Sorry, could you move out of the way? Sorry, kitty. Boop. What's this? I think it's the key that the doctor had to the lighthouse door. What's it doing here? Yeah. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, let's go explore the lighthouse more. Because I think that might offer us some new choices to make, hopefully. What? I'm the helper type model, Kibo. I thought you might have trouble, so I fired myself out. Is that so? You surprised me. That surprised me. Sorry, it always happens like this. Sorry, I thought you might be having trouble, and I wondered if I should give you something the doctor left. The doctor? Yes, please pick one. Coins or movement speed or affection. I like the affection a lot, but let's do movement speed. I like how many people go for affection. Movement speed, I guess. Understood. I'll attach a chip to increase her movement speed. Huh? Well, wait, maybe it goes like this? That'll do it. I believe your speed should be increased slightly. Well then, I'll take my leave. Boop. She exploded. Hey. Slightly speedier. Yeah. Yeah, boy. Definitely want to interact with her a bit more. But to the lighthouse. Boop. I keep trying to press F and I don't know. I think that's the interact button in... No. Yeah, in Genshin. Okay. It's like, why am I doing that? I think F is interact, and that's why my brain's like, ah, yes, this is the button to press. But yeah, I don't know. It's... Looping back briefly, the time in my life where I was sort of trying to be more open to that was a very interesting one. But I think what I've kind of settled on, I think I've talked about this briefly before, but something I want to share, especially when talking about like the personality test game, right? This is talking about consequences of actions. What I think has really done a lot to resonate for me as someone who has a lot of trouble believing in like an external entity is just the understanding that our every action impacts the world in some way. Even if I'm not directly impacting other people right now, the things I do, I leave a legacy for the people that are around me, even if I have no family or friends. If I am completely isolated, someone will still eventually come clean things up if I die, right? No matter what, there's still some connection in the modern society. Even if you're out in the wilderness, someone will probably find you eventually. That got depressing real quick, but what it is to say is there's always some impact on other people in some fashion, and the world around us, we're shaping it, how we consume, how we produce, how we simply exist and move around and shift things. And I guess for me it's most strong when it comes to people, but our actions have consequences, and those consequences can be felt for a very long time. Even if no one remembers our name, I have been shaped by all the ancestors that came before me, all the family that has lived. They have contributed to me, every decision they've made, same thing with the world around me. And while I may not be entirely happy with everything about it, it's still, I think, been generally upwards. I think there's a lot of good that's come out of it. I'm not having to be afraid for food or water or a lot of things. I can be taking time to sit down on this amazing device that requires getting things from all across the world. Again, there's some problems with that supply chain, but to be able to play this fascinating piece of art from a country on the other side of the world, and then record it, package it, and put it in a way that people from all around the world can watch it. And a lot of my stuff, I think we've gotten one video that got over 100 views. Most of it's like 5, some of it in the mid-10s. It's so cool to me. It's almost cooler to me how small it is in a lot of ways, because this is niche content, right? And the fact that it is so cheap in the grand scheme of things to do that it can be supported, that's so cool that I can just do this as a hobby. That's magical. It's like going to one of those stores that has the little cheapy, like, the, like, kind of like dollar store kind of concept, right? Pound store, dollar store. And being able to buy, like, a pen that has a flashlight and a measuring, just these weird little contraptions. And they're stupid and you don't really care about them, but man, someone made them and is selling them for like $1 and making a profit somehow? That's insane. The economics of that are insane, and this is. I got off track. This is to say, I think that the fact that all of these things have contributed to make my life the thing it is today and me who I am today. Even if I die, when I die, that impact, the impact that my life has, that carries forward. Even if my name is not recorded in the history books, even if I'm not around to see it, I take some comfort in knowing that things have changed because of me, and I try to make sure it's a positive impact. I know that's literally just the concept of legacy, but thinking of it as that sort of grander thing, the accumulation of human effort, And yeah, that's helped bring me comfort with friends that don't talk to me anymore and stuff like that. Sometimes life goes on, sometimes people just stop talking to you with no explanation. That sucks. Hate the lack of closure, but it happens. Sometimes people die around you, and, you know, you just have to hope that there are ways that you impacted their life to make it better that they never even shared with you. And I guess that's kind of what I rely on to bring me comfort and try and get myself moving forward. It's not as compelling, I think, as having a book and millions of other people that share similar convictions, but I don't know. It's one that I think works and hopefully doesn't conflict too badly with anyone's beliefs, really. So hopefully if there's anyone out there who likes that, take it on board. Yeah, I don't know. It's try and make life a little bit better around you and take comfort in the fact that those little things impact people's days more than they know. It's the weird thing of, like, with my anxiety, a lot of times with my anxiety, it helps to think about how little other people think about me in a lot of ways, right? Like, the average person on the street doesn't give you a second thought. The embarrassing thing you did, they don't care. How many times do you remember random embarrassing things that strangers did? And even if you do remember, how often do you really care and ascribe that to their person? On the other hand, the more depression end of things, I think it's helpful to remember how much of an impact you do have and how much people do sometimes think about you. But a lot of the times, I don't know, I guess it's people think about you less than your anxiety tells you, but people think about you more than your depression tells you, I guess, is how I kind of experience it and reconcile it. But the little things that my friends do that I try and write letters to let them know. Part of why I'm an ink spirit. Writing and being candid in that way and putting that on paper is something I really like. Definitely wasn't influenced heavily by Violet Evergarden. I did it before watching Violet Evergarden, but, like, come on, it resonated. But yeah, I don't know. There are probably people that you improve the day of that you don't even know. And at the same time, those embarrassing things you're worried about, people probably don't care. So, lovely, lovely, lovely things. Any case, the game we're actually playing, it's, as with many things, I like that this is a game that gets me thinking about some of these things, even if I'm going way off on tangents. It's a really calm game, and I can sit here and I can enjoy the lighthouse and be talking to y'all about these thoughts. And that's great. That's awesome. Even if I didn't have this audience, just being able to sit here and contemplate that is so good. That's art, I think, doing a good job. Why do you attack us? I just want a friend. Are you saying you have a monopoly on that? Because everyone avoided me? I created her. She's my friend. Is she not even allowed to quietly live in this town? My opinions, my beliefs, who's going to understand them? Speak. So it wasn't under. How did we get under? I don't like telescopes. Distant sky again. I think I like sea more than sky, but whoop. Oceans make me happy. Bodies of water make me happy. I like sea shanties, if you can't tell from my intro and outro for my streams being, you know, modified shanties. Just the ocean makes me happy. I guess it's sort of a similar thing to what I was talking about with, like, the sum of our efforts and thinking about that. Part of what makes me really feel nice about that is, I guess there's a comfort in knowing that the things I'm doing are not unique. I touched it and it vanished. At least the sheep I was told to touch. I bet they are. I bet that for a number of people that isn't comforting, but I guess for me, I don't know, I like walking a path in a historic area and thinking about how many times. Oh, let's sit and chat for a little bit. Okay, so it isn't classes. I like walking paths that I know feet have trodden before. And just thinking about, you know, it's especially when I'm alone and contemplative, right? But just like walking and just thinking about how many times someone else has been walking this same path and having these same thoughts about the other people who have walked the path, and how many of those have been couples, and how many of those have been people who've just had a terrible bit of news and are just trying to get back to wherever they're going, and just so much humanity. That's aren't there's some monasteries where you can see, because the monks took the same path over and over and over, you can see where their feet have rubbed down the stone. And it's kind of that, but I guess more like just sort of the emotional imprint of that. But like game trails and whatnot on a smaller way, those come and go, but those are paths that people or animals have made, and it's just, it makes me feel less alone. Not that I am entirely alone, right? But even around people, sometimes there's a certain loneliness that I think can creep in, because people can't ever truly know you, right? Even if they live with you, there's bits of you that can't fully be expressed, and that's... I need to shut up, otherwise I'm going to go on a full ramble about, like, the thesis of Evangelion. But that's one of the things I really liked about Evangelion, is that concept. Because ultimately, even if you feel like you have a really good model of someone in your mind, it's not them, it's your perspective on them, it's your thoughts on them. It's a simulacra, I guess, that's put through your own filter. Mirror. And so I think engaging with those simulacra, with those ghosts of unknown people, it's comfortable because it's all in potentia, so you don't have to engage with the rejection of things clashing, because they can't clash. Fundamentally, they are still a construct of your mind, but it's helping. It's comfortable. You're not worrying about the hedgehog's dilemma. You're not worrying about getting pricked by them, but it's still making you think outside yourself and feeling a bit of connection, I guess, is at least how I do it. I think I've talked about, like, needing to get myself out of bed to go to the grocery store and pretending that I'm waking up with a friend and going and running the errand with them when they're unavailable, and sort of, you know, walking with the ghost of a friend. I don't know if that's strange. I guess I haven't asked a lot of people if they do stuff like that. And even if they do, I don't know if that's something most people would be comfortable talking about. But I do that a lot. And I have to imagine people do stuff like that. If anyone has thoughts on that, please let me know. And if anyone hadn't considered doing that, I urge you to give it a try. Go for a walk with a friend who isn't there. Just don't talk out loud. People might give you weird looks for that one. It's me, my reflection. Yes! Cute! What should I do? What I should do is keep my promise to the doctor. What's important there is... I think I chose being happy the first time, but I think that's still true. Seek happiness, not the letter of it. Yes, being happy is what's important. This is no good. Mirrors just make me feel bad. I'll step away. Again! What the... I'm the helper type model, Kibo. Again? Sorry, I thought you might be running out of energy. Did the doctor leave her here in case my energy was low? Well then, what do you want? Yes, well, I thought you might be having some trouble. No, I'm sure you must be. So, if there's some way I can help... She's saying... Oh, wait! Can we accept it this time? Oh, no, wait. Okay, alright, help me somehow. Okay. Thank you very much. So, that's right, since you're running out of energy, shall I wind the key on your back? Nah, that's fine. Why? I don't feel like it. That's... Truly what a human-like action. But in that case, you don't need me, do you? Well then... She exploded. Oh... The fortune teller told us to keep it wound! Give us more options! Rattles the bars of my digital cage. You cannot do this to me! Let me stay alive! Or is that something that we'll only find out after playing the full time? Oh, I want to help him again. It hurts, I'm in pain. Would you show me a kindness of 5 coins? Yes. Actually, give me coins. I'm saved. That's... I would not do that, but that's really funny to me. Oh, we could work. Oh, that's right! We went down here. Sparkle, sparkle! Give me coins! Sparkle, sparkle. A sparkly reply. Sparkle, sparkle. Okay. I like the little blush, the embarrassment. Okay. The basement. Why did the informant fade out? Is that something we're supposed to see, or is that just because it does a fade out between scenes or something? Okay, that's enough for today's maintenance. What's up? Is it alright if I stay here a little longer? Let's see now. Perhaps not, then? No, of course, I don't mind. Just giving you permission to be with me, ain't it tacky? You should just do what you want to do, even if that might be tricky for you still. Oh, okay, no, the informant is actually down here. Okay. Now then, what have we here? Oh, wait, no, that's not the informant. Good day, or perhaps good evening. My, but the doctor certainly has gone quite bold again. How do you mean? How do you mean that? Shouldn't that be obvious? I mean her plan, of course. You're right in the middle of it all, so you must know. You can't tell me you don't, can you? Though only you, I, and one more know about it. Surely... Oh, is that talking about us? Truly, she's such an unreasonable sort. Still, I ought to prepare to head out soon. Now then, what to do? The doctor's PC. Is it displaying my personality? My current personality? What for? Oh, this is like you're offered a cup. It'll be the best thing you've ever tasted in your life, but then you're cursed with the knowledge of your death, or something along those lines. It's like, is knowing, is it better to know and try to influence it? Or is it better not to? It's all self-fulfilling anyway, if I look at it. The thing is, I don't really want to shape it. But yeah, it's like, if you look at it, that's, I hopefully factored into the personality test, so like, no, I'm not gonna look at it. No, I won't look at it. I'm not going to... Yeah, I'm not going to overdo that. Doctor. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Aha! Preconceived notions lead us away from the truth. Yup. Our little biases. We talked about that a lot last time. But yeah, breaking free of it. It's incredible technology. To keep it locked away on this tiny island. That's not my intention. We go on trips and such too, you know? You misunderstand. That technology should... Shut up. Huh? You hear me? I'm not about to put my friends up for sale. Good. F off. I'm not for sale. Oh. 3, 4. Okay, so that... Maybe we can find a passcode. Scrap? What's this? An old action game. It's 5 coins per play. Inspect the game. I'll inspect it. Let's see. This was made over 80 years ago. Pretty old. Its creator is Shigeru Kusunoki. I believe that was the doctor's grandfather. Aw. Okay. Oh, and then but we can't play it. Did we? I don't think we found a passcode other times, but that's interesting to note. Guide to Emotional AI. Emotional AIs, henceforth referred to as EAIs, are AIs that act on emotions rather than being given a specific mission. Emotions are formed by establishing ideas from accumulated experience data and matching them to the situation. A job or duty can be assigned to an extent by performing a career setup, but the rest will be up to the EAI's will. As such, they currently cannot be controlled completely. To control them, it is necessary to boot them in control mode. The EAIs currently in circulation are second generation model E002. The original E001 model is a single unit owned by EAI creator Dr. Kusunoki, which is us. But, like, that makes sense, right? It's rather than... I mean, that's... Obviously, neural nets aren't doing things with emotion yet, but like it's the concept of trying to give something it's trying to have something create its own circuit to work on stuff is how a lot of neural nets work, very, very broadly speaking. Admittedly, despite my comp sci degree, I always want to be clear, I have not specialized in AI. I am very new to it. It's something I want to work on, but I can only talk in broad strokes. But, you know, like, there's a certain amount of sense to that. It's just, to the best of my knowledge, we don't have any models that are learning as they act, which I think is kind of the big difference, right? Because, like humans, brain is making decisions and interacting with the world and then changing how it's working through during that. I think that's kind of what emotions are, so I don't know, we'll see, but that takes a lot of computing power, as I understand it. While EAIs are in control mode, clear memories of events are not preserved, but any other data collected during that time is recorded. This is so that EAIs, which cannot be fully controlled, can be set up with ideas, personalities, and duties. Oh. So things are being, we aren't forming memories, but we're being, so we're in control mode? Is this all simulation? A Book of the Doctors. Gene Preservation and Regeneration 6. The Doctor's Plan. Huh. Okay, it's just the same. The Doctor's Plan. So we're a vessel of personality trying to be human. I don't know what the sheep are specifically. They're observers of what. But then the doctor's genetic code will be used to recreate a body and then filled with personality, maybe? But then I feel like personality kind of makes the person, right? And then the continuity of consciousness. Doctor, why do you care about an old model like me? Feels like care may not be quite the right word for it. You're developing new models. They're more advanced than me. That's right. So then why? Because you're my first friend, maybe? Your first? Yep, the first. Firsts are important to people. This is true. Firsts are a lot of what we then model our later things on. Cigarette butts. They smell like the doctor. Wait, they smell like the doctor, not the doctor smells like them? Oh. Close the door. Oh, ha 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 ha. Cleanliness. And then the top floor. Oh, the rain. Huh, a flower at the top of the roof. Oh. Oh! No! I thought it would limit us and maybe it would trigger an event. That was not intentional. Well, I mean, it was. The actions were intentional, the result was not. If I fell... Wow. Oh, God. Okay, so it does do it again. researcher if I fell. Okay, no, we're good, we're good. Oh, I'm so sorry, Utsuwa. I was curious, but oh no, I feel really bad. The first one fully accident. The second one I thought might be different because of stuff, but oh, I feel awful. Oh, I feel so bad. I say with a bit of laughter in my voice, so maybe that feels less genuine, but written in the doctor's handwriting, a diary. It's tattered and parts are unreadable. Someone, any, do I want? No, not my fault. How can I clear? Interesting. Okay. Oh my god, I didn't realize how much we could fall. Don't break her ankles, I say to myself. Okay. It's not giving us the extend test option. I'd like to find the last sheep again. Oh, cardboard box with a sheep on it. It's stamped. Open it up. Try opening it. Martial artist? There's something inside. Oh. But it had sheep on it. I want sheep. Oh, sheep casino. Has it always been these sheep? Sewer water full of filthy things. Investigate further. Take a closer look. What's this? Scrap. Oh, okay. I wasn't paying attention, and now that's going to bother me that I don't know if it always showed the sheep or not. I think there was a sheep in here, so hopefully. Oh, I'm lonely. I'll come back for you. Now, this isn't good. They've already come this far. They might really attack. It's all but certain. A recon model was already shot down. No way, but the doctor isn't even here. Right about now, she should be having peace talks. But then why? Because they never intended on making peace, I assume. That's cowardly. Certainly is. Well then. I'll handle attacks from the aircraft. Miss Utsuwa, please defend against the infantry. I will provide backup occasionally, so find a way to hold out. Alright. Okay. I really thought there was a sheep over here, but I guess it's just the minigame, isn't it? Let's see if we can do better. I think our biggest mistake was not just keeping up the rate of fire. I think expanding the magazine is good. It gives us a little extra damage. And we can shoot more, so it's a good force multiplier of everything else. Boop, boop, boop. Let's do attack up. Yep. It's just spamming the fire button. Because the first time I think I was nervous about, like... Actually, I don't even know entirely what I was nervous about, but... I think doing the reload speed, maybe there's some value to it, because it does seem to take a little longer to reload as we expand the magazine, but I'm not entirely confident. Oh dear. Let's do another attack up. Uh-oh. What happens if we end the test, or we hit 100% in the middle of this? Uh-oh, no, 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 no. Okay. I'm trying to spam the firing. Okay. Let's do normal turret, yeah. Okay. Lovely little tower defense. I wonder how many other mini-games there are just, like, tucked around here. I'm curious about the latter. Again, I don't want to do them harm, but... Let's do another normal turret, and then the slow down field being furthest out, I think, is smart. Right, because that also increases the time that the turrets get. Okay. We're back to being able to actually fend off the attacks. So when will that change? Yes. Oh god. Come on. There's only X amount we can do. No, no, no. Ah. I wonder if it's a mandatory loss at that point. Like, if it's all just sort of illusion of choice. Please just work. Doctor. Thank goodness. Dr. I. Yes, you got damage defending back there. You were left no choice but to shut down. Then, the enemy? It's okay, the others managed to handle it. I only got a little singed. But you were gravely wounded, you know? It was rough, but I'm glad you recovered, truly. Is that so? But I'm wondering, why? With this island's equipment, wouldn't it be more efficient to build me from scratch? You could just back up my memory, idea, and behavior data. Judging from the time I shut down, repairing me took roughly 70 hours, and comparing your health to usual, even the naked eye can tell you've hardly slept. Why do something so inefficient? True, maybe it'd be easier to start from scratch. But that just wouldn't do. You're you. Data is data. And that's, again, I think I talked about last time, but, like, I kind of disagree with that. I think that... But it's... On the one hand, I disagree with that, because I think we are electricity running on meat circuits. But on the other hand, if you just make a copy of my brain, I don't know if I would perceive it as me. So there's like a continuity aspect of it, but I don't know how to define it more than that. But it's some, I guess, you making, if I am a flame, I suppose. I think if you light other things off of my flame, they are not me. They're influenced by me, but they are not me. And I think if you make a wholly different flame, but with an identical candle, I still don't think that would be me. But if, as the candle burns down, you transfer the flame, you add wax, right? You refill the candle, you put the candle atop another, or you use the candle, you place it and make it part of a different flame, right? You have it burn down, or you have it burn as part of a different thing. There would be continuity, I think, that feels like a transformation, and if that then eventually ended with lighting another candle. So I guess not having multiples of me is important to a certain extent, but I don't know, it's just... I'm not bothered by the Ship of Theseus problem. I'm not bothered by the changes I undergo, because continuity matters to me. As long as I still perceive myself as myself, as long as I have that sense of continuity, which is funny because sleep interrupts that, and there have been times where I've worried about that being a form of death every night. But as long as I have the perception of continuity, I feel fine. So it's avoiding breaks in that. I don't, like, going unconscious or comatose scares me, but I assume it would be similar to sleep and I would still have the sense of it, but, like, that weirds me out. So I don't know. I really don't know, but it's the idea of, if I could slowly, like, if my brain could be slowly overgrown with mechanical pieces, slow, methodical change, I feel like, you know, you would still have the perception of being the same thing, but then you open up the possibility to, you know, being more loosey-goosey with the continuity. Whereas if you just put my brain in a digital format as opposed to, like, slowly transferring it, I would feel like there's a break in continuity, and I'd be worried that I would not perceive it as myself. I don't know how to reconcile, if there's two identical things, how that works. Like, in any case. You're you, data is data. Yeah, I viscerally recoil at the idea that we are anything more than basically data, because I can't truly put my finger on what more we would be. But at the same time, I recoil from the idea of duplication. So I obviously feel that there is something more than data. And continuity isn't really a good answer, because what is it that undergoes continuity, right? Maybe I think of myself almost more like a software program where I keep running in the background, but if you fully close me, you've killed that instance. I don't know, I'll need to give that some more thought. I need to be careful with that though, because I started having those thoughts when I was like age 9. And I think that was when I first really started dealing with depression in my life, which I've gotten to a much better spot with it. I've got much better coping mechanisms. But one of those things is trying to not think too hard about death, and not spending too much time navel gazing about the concept of identity. So we'll be careful about that. But I do want to give it some genuine thought, because that statement has on several occasions now gotten me to dig at it a little bit. And I'm not like waking up in a cold sweat at night afterwards, and I'm not like hyperventilating right now, so we're making good progress. You find ways. And that's, I will say, one of the other big ways that helped me was, as I was talking about earlier, that sort of thought about how I contribute to the world and how the world contributes to me. There's a you dwelling in there, I think, though I can't explain it myself. Even if I moved backup data to a freshly made you, I couldn't see it as you. Yeah. Feels like that's what the human heart is. I see. It's funny, because I feel like I could see it. I feel like I could see that happening to someone else as still being them, but I would struggle. I worry about whether or not I would see myself as me, because I would be worried that there isn't a myself any longer. I knew he came across a wreck. I forgot that it slammed down and I just jumped. Oh, something fell. Understatement of the friggin' year, Utsuwa. Seems to be a door, but it won't open. Okay, let's go back. I really thought there was a sheep here. Where's the third sheep? I don't suppose the map has a sheep finder? No. Okay. 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 3 sheep. 3 sheep. We must find the threep. What happens if we don't report back about the sheep? Every other time we've reported back about it. But we may run out of time before we can. Yeah, it's fascinating to me that there isn't a time extension that's being given. If I was the threep, where would I be hiding? Not in the building, I suppose. We've been in there. I can't imagine it's in a building. What's really bothering me is I feel like we've found it before. What? We already gave you money. Screw it. No, we'll talk to him. Hurts, I'm in pain. Oh no, just still saying. Oh, okay. Please decide my final action. Read the umbrella sign. You know what? Oh, actually no, let's engage with this. Removing. Cleaning type robot. Well now, good day. I am cleaning. Is that a collapsed person? Dismantle the person to be safe. That feels so rude and wrong. I'll make it stop. Cleaner, you don't have to dispose of this one. Understood. Suspending duty. Okay. Unresolved. So we could only touch 2 sheep. We didn't end up... Oh, right, because we didn't report back, we didn't take care of the sheep. Ugh. What was I... That's right, the doctor. Did control mode terminate? Oh, wait, so we already knew it was control mode, just brain hadn't... Why in the world? Damn it, not much energy left. There's still things I have to do. I want to fulfill. I like that more. I certainly don't... I must. But I'll do my best, or I want to. There's no time. I have to take out the sheep. Wait for me, doctor. I only found 2 of them, but there's still 3 there. What are you planning to do to the sheep? Formation rate 101%. I'm going to destroy them. That's a difficult thing for me to allow. As to keep my promise to the doctor, please let me do it. Whatever your reasons, I have my own mission. The mission of protecting these sheep. As such, if you would destroy them, I will destroy you. It seems I have to. Can still help just a little. Commands will appear. Yep. Based on the personality. Oh. Auto plan. Visualizes HP for both parties. Oh, you can buy a weapon to increase attack? Okay. Choosing different commands increases attack and defense. Interesting. Fighting is normal, might not do any good. I had a powerful weapon. Yo, Miss Favorite! Up to some stuff, I see. I might just help depending on the coins you got, yeah? There's no time, you hear? What'll it be? No problem, take all the coins I have. That's the ticket. I don't have a lot. For this many, coins, some power-up parts seem fair. Alright, fight your heart out. Okay. So we already did that. Attack. And we get an attack and defense boost for the different things. 9 damage. If we repair, attack boost and defense boost. Attack. Foolish, you can't beat me. Yeah, we're dropping the stuff down and we're getting a decent balance. But that's helping us get ahead. Yes. You can't beat me. Repair. Attack. What if we try again? That's enough of that simulation. Alright, let's take on the real battle. Seems I have to. Oh. Okay, so it... Okay. So it does literally just... Literally just resets us. Whoops. Ah, well. I'm desperate to see... I'm desperate for there to be something more that I'm not getting. So I suspect there will be another instance of us intentionally trying to do some of the things we wouldn't otherwise do to see what more there is. Only 3 damage. Wahahaha. Foolish, you can't beat me. That's just what I was thinking. 1 damage. Oh, that feels so rude. I did it. I beat her. It can't be. What? Why? At last, the doctor's promise. I'm at the limits of my energy. Please hold on. I'm coming. I'll be there soon, Doctor. Ending. Planner. Doctor, I'm making preparations. Preparing with great care just in case. I won't become anyone else's, and I won't disappear from your sight, so please be at ease. This will bring me relief too. I do like to plan. Hey, well done clearing the game. I was able to collect some new data, though this experiment still ended in failure. I want to let her keep living. Do machines lack that mindset? The moment their warden's gone, a defect. No, sorry. My selfish circumstances are no concern of yours. You're indulging my experiments in this ending world. Rather than complain, I should thank your cooperation. Thank you. I think a bit better of humans now. Now then, let's try exporting your personality from the log, shall we? The log shows what percent of subjects did the same act. You should look through it if you're interested. Well then, I'll excuse myself. Thank you, and have a good ending. Ah. Man. Oh. We checked the other floors and we did get a little more info, but it was stuff that I probably could have gotten from paying attention to other sources. So, making sure that we find 3 sheep is something that might do something for us, although I feel like we did that last time. And then alternately, so like ladder, and then like making some of the choices to kill the crow and such, maybe? Ah, sorry, can you repeat that explanation? Ladder. Wah. Oh, for this run, right. I'm like, well, that's not my most representative. Meticulous sort who does anything they can to prepare and increase odds of success. I like to learn things. I like to do that. I'm trying to do more wigging it. That's a lot of what streaming has been. But yes, I do like to do more of that. Planners can make preparations before doing anything. You might read game tutorials carefully and not mind looking through manuals. Preparedness isn't just making punctual arrangements, but the mentality of being ready for anything. You likely have a perfectionist side, doing everything you can and rarely compromising. For this, you may be dependent upon winning stability and trust of others. Okay. And philosopher, we've already gotten before. Yep. Introspection and clergy, obviously, a lot. Half the pain, double the joy. Okay. Why do you... Oh? Oh! Oh my god. I can't read all of this. Oh my god. I will need to watch this back later. Oh. Promise you, Doc. Okay. This is what this is why I was like, there's gotta be something like this. We're getting some more meta stuff. I will need to go back. I know I often say it and forget, but I very much want to go and watch that slow mode. And I'll update with a comment when I've done that. Why does it come to the same conclusion as many times as it repeats? No matter what human personality you're made to reflect, whatever personality is simulated, it's the same outcome. No matter what you destroy the sheep embedded with my DNA, and after it's all over, you fail to wind your key and die. Why is it? Why? Whatever happens, we'll be happy together. Didn't we promise that? Ah, so the sheep are not just observers, they are how she's encoding her genes for future resurrection. So, we're fatalistic? Or is it because of that bit on the beach of, we just won't see her the same way? Without the sheep, I can't be regenerated, you see. Why won't you regenerate me 100 years later as planned? Why destroy the sheep? Why? Shouldn't you be asking me that directly? You're awake? I did it to fulfill our promise. Whatever my personality, I am myself. Even if I think differently or arrive there differently, my feelings won't change. That can't be. One more time, one more. Why? One more! One more. I came to overcome my failure. Why? Why? There's no more time. Doctor, please, give up. I can't stop the plan now. All humanity will perish, myself included. The nanomachines will erode humans' bodies. We'll only be safe 100 years later when the nanomachines break down. No vaccine's been made. I'll die myself very soon. Why would you... If it meant giving you up to someone, if it meant you being taken from me, I'd rather everyone died alongside me. I hated humans from the start, myself included. Oh, buddy. So, in 100 years, if I can meet you as a new me, I'm fine with that. That's what I thought coming to this point. And yet, at the very end, you... So I tried to change her personality, but it was futile. Doctor? Seems my design was even more perfect than I thought. Please. Just like a human, you won't listen to me at all. Doctor! Hmm? Look at me! Look at the real me! As my own person! You're the one who treats me most like a human. Not as a temporary me, not as a thing you made. I have a heart too. I'm not just a vessel. Okay, yes, 100% what that name means. Clinging to hope. I've even learned to make a prayer for the future. I even know loneliness, don't I? Being left behind for 100 years. And living with a newly born doctor rather than the real one. Doctor who doesn't know me. I would surely only feel lonely. When you refused to rebuild a new me, when you even insisted upon my old body, I learned about humanity from you. But your personality should... To me, personality is just the result of the preceding course. That precious course we've traveled up to now. You're just trying to look at the result of it. And even if that result alone should change, there's no undermining the course I built with you, Doctor. Such a long course we traveled together. Surely you must know that, Doctor. Obviously. Of course I know that. I too know what feelings led me to do this. For that exact reason, can I just give up here? If I give up, will I be happy? I mean... There's a way. There's no point in changing the result, I'll erase the course. You mean... Utsuwa, we can just erase your memories of me. That's all it'll take. Just as simple as that, everything will work out. When the plan succeeds, it'll be the first meeting for us both. That can't... Then what was all this for? There's no more time. Doctor, please! Doctor! No. Oh no! Oh, I hate that! I hate it, I hate it, I hate it! Okay, taking a moment to process. So, okay. So, the sheep are important because the doctor is trying to embed her genetic code as a way to rebuild an organic body 100 years in the future. Presumably, Inori would be taking on that task, and having the sheep observe and whatnot is then taking care of the sheep. Take care of the sheep so it's preserved. Sheep observe us to learn. Maybe there's some sort of weird impact there. There's nanomachines, presumably, I have to imagine, created by the doctor, or at least some other scientist, but she seems to know a fair bit about them and is doing a lot with robotics, but they will break down, they aren't self-replicating, okay. Or at least they will stop replicating at some point. And so only the robots, only the EAI and such are still left alive. Okay, why are people attacking the doctor? That confuses me, because it seemed to be attacking to get to Utsuwa. But all of this has been the doctor trying to simulate what will happen if we have a personality that will allow us to do this for her. So we were given the same thing, and over and over and over again, we still ultimately decided to be us. Nah, I don't feel like it. Don't wind it up. Which I want... Oh, this is so tough because I want a better future for Utsuwa. I There's other machines, there's other things to focus on beside the doctor, right? As much as it sucks to lose the doctor, you lose people. And I want Utsuwa to continue living, even if it is like with the new doctor or whatnot. But I think that's fundamentally flawed because the only option we're being given to achieve that ending, at least the thing that's being posed to us, is to kill ourselves. It is to erase our memories. It is to erase, as the game's calling it, our heart. It is to erase that which makes us us. Even with these different aspects of our personality coming forward, there's still a sense of identity and there are still conclusions we come to. And that's, I mean, like, again, personality, at least in a modern psych sense, is a means of describing persistent actions and behaviors that people take. But there's a wide range within that. It is not prescriptive, it is descriptive, and we're able to use it to try and compare and contrast things, but it's far from perfect and not a great predictor. So I do like that it's saying personality is not the be all end all. Personality is an attempt to describe some of these things. But that's what this is also, it's sort of emphasizing experience, which that's true, right? And it's asking us to erase our experiences, to erase this core of our being for something new and more, but that it's not us. No, crap. Oh, because we already know the conclusion. Except this is different. This is more info. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what the end result will be. But I don't want to give up Utsuwa. I don't want. Utsuwa deserves to be herself, to be more than just a vessel. Erasing my memories. Even if it hurts, it'll mean success for the plan. I can't do such a thing. Sure enough, I can't do it. Doctor, erasing the memories of me? Making those happy days with you never have happened? There's no way I could do it. It's pathetic, but even if it's only for a little longer, I want to talk to you. I want to play with you. I want to hold hands with you. I feel the same way. I only have a little time left, so until the end, I'll be with you until the end. Right. We're together. Aww. Oh, that's so cute. I'm really glad that I don't cry much. Because in a lot of ways, I hate that I don't cry much. Oh. Wait. Aww. Oh. The reflection of me that shines in your eyes was putting on a decent. Aw, this is so cute. I do actually wish I could cry more easily, but I would be bawling my eyes out, I think, otherwise. If you're not there at my side. Aww. Wait, is that a repair process? Let's be together, you and I, and may we never have to part again. Aww. Playing games. It's irreplaceable to me if I can't even protect that. I wonder if we chose to erase, if it would still prevent us. I don't need it. Anything other than this for one moment is fine. Aww. I have some thoughts. I don't want to launch into a whole thing while it's this lovely little friends. This is so sweet. Finn. Aww. That's what I was hoping for. Something along those lines that brought it together. Oh! Hello? Move! Hello? Oh! Keyboard! Wait, is that key? Oh no, wait, am I mixing up the model? That looked like Kibo, I thought. Ah! I'm curious what this dialogue will be. Well done. You saw it through to the end. Suppose you were able to truly understand who you are? I too have finally succeeded in fulfilling my duty. If you want to play the game, come here whenever you like. I'll be waiting. Let's see here, your personality. Wait. Boop, boop, boop. We can look at our personality. Okay. Oh, far from a gambler. Okay. So, clergy, philosopher, challenger. Okay. And then hidden personality is extra clergy. Gambler is our most distant personality. Or odds, it's a whole 1% chance, right? Oh no. Natural born chance taker who enjoys challenging the odds and enjoys doing it. Yeah, that's not no bet. Gamblers bravely make bets, putting hope in the odds in the future. When asked to bet on a coin flip, you might be eager to take it as long as there's a reward. Turning risk into opportunity, you feel not a hint of unease. Your spirit is strong enough to have hope for the future while you stand in the present, and perhaps you'll be able to accept your destiny and live an upright life. Put me in for the maximum bet, naturally. Oh, that's interesting, because I got Planner, which seems to be... Because it seems like these personalities... So we've got five aspects, and then it looks... Oh, wait, there's only 4 in passion? But it looks like there's sort of a... They've got personalities that are kind of dealing with, like, an abundance or a lack of the axes, with different sort of couplings on the other ones. And planner and gambler would seem to be sort of a, a planner is presumably high in methods. Okay. I was thinking perhaps judgment. Wait, Bancho? What? Okay. I like the outfit. Yeah, so high in methods. Always recover HP to max and save often. Versus daring. Wait, oh, no, wait, so they're considering those different axes? Daring and methods are different. Okay. I'll need to look. Oh, it actually, oh my god, it saves all the actions? That's super cool. Double the average playtime. Fair enough. Only slightly more than average conversations. That's interesting. Oh, we'll look at this. Okay, sorry. Jumping all around. But I will need to look at how... I'll see if they've got anything talking about how they got those, because I was thinking that was like having a lot or a little, which, that made a certain amount of sense to me, but it looks like those are considered different axes. But still, I can see I scored highly on the planner and got the planner ending, so my most distant is gambler. Makes sense to me. I really like the end there. I'm really I need to go back. I need to try and read all of the little things that flash through, but decoupling yeah, decoupling personality from who you are, it being sort of a descriptor and an example. I like that because, again, really and truly, your personality is an attempt to describe you, and there's so much in there that it cannot capture. It is still such a blunt instrument and still such a baby little science right now. So it's interesting. But what I really like, at least I don't know if we could have actually chosen other endings. Could we have raced things? I don't know. I may want to look at that. Maybe I want to leave it as a mystery for me. I don't know. I'll need to think on that. But at least with the ending we chose, we came to terms and helped the doctor come to terms with the fact that there was an ending. And I like that. I like that a lot because that's something I struggle with a lot. Is as I was talking about, yeah, I'm so glad that earlier it got me thinking a lot and briefly describing some of my like religious philosophy, because that makes it easier to reference so I don't have to re-describe it. Basically, around like age 9, I got really scared of death. I think I've talked about this, but I was scared of the fact that there was an ending. But I was similarly afraid of there being more. The fact that my existence has to end in an infinity one way or the other. That there is, I can feel myself tensing up. That's what I need to freak myself out. I see. So, we're gonna get through this quick, but basically, the fact that I will either end permanently, or I will continue on indefinitely, or are really the only two options for that, right? There's no in between. Oh yeah, oh wow, yeah, that I'm making myself panic, so very basically, I tried to put that out of my mind because I can't change that. I have limited time on this earth, and we're not even going to touch on how I feel I've been using it the past few years. Stuff's happened, that's okay. I'm trying to move forward. And that's really all you can do, right? Is try to come to terms with what you have and choose how you use your time wisely so that you can look back on the end and be happy with it. And I think that's a real struggle. I think that can be a huge struggle. But I think spending too much time thinking about the alternative doesn't help. So I like that. I like that a lot. I like that we were able to make that decision. But, oh man, now I'm freaking myself out. I think the thing that's helped me the most with that is just not thinking about it too much. Because if I think about it too much, I'm spending and it's not wasting the time. I need to be clear with myself about that. There is no waste of time. It is only a waste of time if you let it be a waste, if you describe it as a waste. Because, as I was saying, everything connects with everything. Even your own thoughts change how you act. Me panicking a little tonight, I'm not going to get as much sleep. I'm going to wake up tomorrow. I'm going to be dragging my butt at work. And such is life. But I'm hoping it will light a bit more of a fire under my butt to make sure that I sit down and I do another recording tomorrow. Or I work on coming up with a gift for one of my friends. Or, actually sit down and work on some of that, building a neural net from scratch, all that stuff. Sometimes a little bit of that panic can be good stress. Eustress, I like the distinction of good versus bad stress. Eustress versus distress, I've heard. But if there's anyone else who freaks out about that, just obviously I still do. It's been many years since that fear first started, but I'm trying to do more with it, even though I'm still living. I'm currently living in my childhood bedroom at my parents' house, and feeling like I have lost the past couple of years, that I'm behind, that I'm, I haven't started. There's Pink Floyd. Oh man, I didn't think Dark Side of the Moon, great album. Used to really love it as a kid, and then it started really, really making me have trouble. particularly the song Time, which, you know, rooting around on a piece of ground in your hometown, hoping for some little something to show you the way. Oh god, that hits right now. As someone who really struggles with direction. But sometimes if you're struggling too much, you just gotta pick it and go forward. But there's another bit about it that's, you know, one day you find that 10 years have got behind you, no one told you when to run, no one pulled the starting gun. And yeah, you know, sometimes you wake up and you go, man, what have I done? What have I done with the past 10 years? I think letting that galvanize you a little bit so that you keep going. I think I talked a little bit about this with like the end of the Crooked Man. I guess a lot of these games are kind of zeroing in on that for me. I've had a hankering to play Journey. We may also do that, and you'll probably get some similar thoughts there. But I don't know. Don't stress about it so much that you stop functioning or that you just feel miserable about it, but stress a little bit. If you truly have those feelings, don't just ignore them. Take them on board a little bit and use those as motivation to go do something new. Go change something. Doesn't have to be big, just something. Go walk down a street you've never walked down before. Go, you know, look at a flower that you haven't noticed before. Go for a walk. Go call a friend you haven't talked to in a while. Go call a friend that you've been nervous to call. Something, I don't know. Just do something to change it up and use it as that motivation. Similar, there's a song that, by the Flaming Lips. There's a song called Do You Realize? And I stopped being able to listen to that during sort of the like worst of these thoughts before I first. It took me years to realize that I could just swerve when I started thinking about these things. But do you realize that everyone you know someday will die? But instead of saying all of your goodbyes, let them know you realize that life moves fast and it's hard to make the good things last. It's just, and I focused so much on the first bit that I had trouble with the second bit. And it's just, you know, don't let your melancholy, don't let that fear, don't let that sadness spoil the rest of it. I've spent so much of my time on this earth so far letting myself spoil things because I was afraid about the end and made the journey worse. And that I'm not going to say it's wasted because you know what? That's how I react. And it's taken a lot of learning to get to the point where I don't do that all the time. And I'm still working on it. But it was stupid. It's so stupid to let yourself spoil the good things for fear of the end. So hope some of that, not the most coherent, but hope some of that makes it out there to someone where that helps you shortcut some of the process I had to go through. Let's look at these a little bit and then let's wrap it up. So double the average playtime, pretty much on par for conversations. 4 times as long for choices. I think a lot, and I'm yapping. Fair. Coins earned, way under average. That does not surprise me. Time spent moving, pretty average. Clicks, fewer clicks. Interesting. I tend to think of myself as a fidgety person. Time on benches, way more than average. Seems normal. Time playing slots, 0. You got me. Streetlights touched. I like the lights. Doors opened and closed. Interesting. Okay. Significantly below average. Guess maybe I was just kind of afraid to go into buildings because like that takes action stuff. Interesting. Title screen talks. 2. Huh. Oh, I didn't break as many pots as normal. Okay. Times opening menu. Whoa. Okay, so yeah, menu was there and I just completely blanked on it the first 2 times. Action deviation for second run, 66%, and then third run, 70. Wow, so second, interesting. Now, this does not surprise me that the second run people are a little more nervous, and then by the third run it's like, oh, show me something different. I'm surprised I was that different on each of these runs. That really surprises me, genuinely. Because I felt it was somewhat similar. So, oh, wow. Interesting. Very. Now, okay. While I'm common, I'm a basic bitch. No, I do want to say, while I do think this matches who I am as a person very genuinely in a lot of ways, I think this is my natural tendency. I am thoroughly unsurprised that this is the most common personality because it is a game, and I think it's a combination of things. I think this is skewed both by it being a game and the fact that people stream games, because I think the easier one to address is people stream or record it. Humans are social animals, and I think especially in things like this where when you are recording or you're streaming, you're typically thinking of the audience, even if they aren't friends. They are people that are friendly. They are people that are in your camp. These are people that you want to make a good impression on because they like you and support you. And I think people have, especially in those situations, a strong tendency to want to represent themselves as supportive of groups, as supportive of others, because that's what you are sort of expecting from other people or benefiting from, and you want to make sure that is still, that they think that you do the same, right? So I think that is part of it. People will tend to sort of take more social approaches when observed, and basically being judged along social lines. And then secondly, the bit about it being a game is, I think there are some games where we go into them just for the chaos, right? It's a release where we can go do whatever, no consequences. But I think in a lot of story-driven games, we get attached to people, right? And, people will reload a save to make sure that, a character that died that they really cared about will live. They will do silly, ridiculous things to keep folks alive. And I think that as a result, I think there is sort of, in storytelling games, a strong incentive to take very social, very kind actions more than you might even necessarily normally take, right? Because you don't want to do the misstep that locks off something forever. So I think all of those contribute to that being a very, very, that's going to be heavily represented. So I'm curious to see a bit more about this, but yeah, that does not surprise me. Other ones, so I think above 5% is what I would consider like pretty hefty. Because wait, there's 4, 9, 14, 17. Yeah, there's 22, but so there's over 20 personalities. Yeah, that makes sense because there's 2 4s and 3 5s. So okay, so yeah, 23 personalities. Okay. So yeah, so over 5%. If so, 5%, a little under 5% would be if everything was split evenly. So sort of what's overrepresented a little bit. Researcher, I think similarly there's an incentive to ask questions in games, right? Like we're incentivized to click on things and try and get the dialogue over and over again so that we aren't missing little things. Traveler, I need to look at what Traveler is. Leader, being bold sometimes is rewarded in games, and also something that people might want to put forward if they're like doing it to an audience. And then Samurai we'll also need to look at. Samurai, philosopher, reflecting on stuff, sure, okay. But yeah, like Gambler, I will say I'm a little surprised at Gambler being so low. And Cloud, it's interesting. Yeah, so like, I mean, this is me attempting to come up with explanation. I don't know for certain. Clergy, I think, I mean, that I have not run the stats on it. 25% out of 23 things, one thing taking up a quarter of it, I'm gonna bet you that's statistically significant. So I feel pretty confident on that. The rest of these, you know, that's a little more conjecture, but that seems reasonable to me. Composite data. How interesting. Oh, so these are across all of my actions? What? Composite data. So this is the amount I've scored. -16 for gambler. Okay, so this is showing, so clown. Okay, so I think it's radiating out from the center. Oh wait, martial artist and philosopher. Philosopher, very high. Martial artist. Oh yeah, 23, there. Boing, brain. But martial artist. Oh wow, I actually got a fair... Okay. Interesting. Interesting. I got a spike in merchant, I think, mostly from the last one. Fascinating. Okay, hold up. Let's, personality list. We were curious about traveler. Flexible sort who does as others do and also tries to approach things not tried before. Travelers like change and are enthused about living flexibly. You opt for new experiences, ideas, and choices and can cope with any changes. You might tend to not feel stressed by change or avoid having the same meal 2 days in a row. You can give things up partway and adapt to your environment. That flexibility lets you thrive in any circumstances. I wonder if that is being... I wonder if that's partly because, if that's coming across from people trying different things and, like, poking at it, show me something different. No, proactive and responsible sort who keeps promises and fulfills duties. That second bit also might be a part of why leader is represented a fair bit, is, like, failing to keep promises in games can also sometimes have those, like, negative consequences we're trying to avoid. I'll never give up, I promised. Leaders base their morals on fulfilling duties and responsibilities. You might be determined to carry out a job you're given and deeply regret it if you fail to. You honor agreements and keep your promises to the end with a strong will. Morals are always between you and someone else. Your dutiful heart may elevate you, being seen as a dependable person. This line also, again, like, I'm not going through and analyzing every action. I'm not going to do that. But if it is also, like, being more sort of character-driven, I would also be unsurprised because a lot of people in games, especially storytelling games, have a tendency to... We tend to latch onto characters, I think, and see things through a very, like, character-centric lens. Okay, and then there was one more. Philosopher, yes, that made sense to me. Oh yeah, the lack of clown was interesting. Okay, so I think those were the ones who were... Oh no, samurai, that was it. Where's samurai? Strong-willed sort who doesn't hesitate, sticking to their first decision. I don't go back on my word. Samurai demonstrate speed and accuracy in decisions. When making a choice you made before, you might continue to pick the same option. Even important, tricky choices are no cause for hesitation to you. You are handled with conviction, and are handled with conviction. While most people devote much energy to decisions, they give little stress. As such, people may depend on your decisiveness. I wonder... That one I could see being represented by, like... I wonder if there's a component of people who, like, replay the game and so are, like, way more quick in that, or, like, going off a guide. Alternately, maybe there's also just, like, a tendency for people to, sometimes just basically click through the game, right? And, like, all of these, again, it may just be that there happened to be a weirdly high amount of people playing this that happened to be more empathetic, or happen to be very decisive, or so on and so forth. And that's also assuming that they're constructing things in a way where they are accurately capturing some of these constructs. But again, we don't even really have a great definition of the construct, so I want to dig into it more. But it's interesting. It's interesting that these rose to the top. Especially clergy especially, still, that is so... That, to me, like, the other ones, 10%, that's, like, double the normal range, and, like, I expect there's some confound aspect of it being a game, if assuming that they were actually like validating these constructs well. But even though I assume that there's some game confounds for those, like 10% double, that's a lot closer, a lot more conceivable with, I mean, I don't know how big the player base is, but assuming it's not like massive, it's more reasonable for there to just be like strange distributions of that. Although I suppose actually, you know, maybe a flaw in my reasoning there is who says that the personalities need to all be evenly distributed? That's, you know, that is, yeah, there's absolutely no reason why they would need to be. So, you know, fair enough. My premise is probably not great. I suspect with clergy, a quarter is a lot. I would be very curious. I'll need to think about how you could do a comparison to see if things are off base like that. But clergy, I have to imagine is being influenced partly by it being a game. Maybe you could just present the choices in a vacuum divorced from the game, just like provide written context, and that might give some insight. Because, yeah, I don't know. I'll need to consider that. I would be very curious. We'll look at it more. I will definitely come back to this game. We'll probably do at least one more where we just sort of go through and we try doing some of the things that we were kind of afraid to do, see what more we can get out of it. But like we got the experience and we got the extra bit. We got the point it's trying to make. And I like that. I like the point being that there is the point to me seems to be that there is a you that for all of the things that you may do to try to label it, to describe it, to understand it, there is a you that it's going to be very hard to do in these structured ways. You are you. Don't worry about it too much. Understand yourself and have that confidence, but don't worry too much about, am I an INTJ? Am I a type 3 on the Enneagram? Am I a, you know, am I a clergy in refined self? Am I a boiled egg or a fried egg on a BuzzFeed quiz? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. If it feels like knowing your star sign or knowing your Harry Potter house is something that's useful to you as a tool for trying to help you understand yourself, use it. Go for it. But don't worry about it too much, because playing into, I think, the other big point, or at least the point as I played it, well, you know, it's not even just as I played it, because as it says, think about how you want to use your time. We have limited time, and we want to make choices that we can be happy with, because we can come up with all the plots we want to bring ourselves back and all of these things. Who knows, maybe we'll get some miracles of science that will extend our lives by hundreds of years. Great. It will still come to an end. It will still come to an end. So, do your best to live a life that you can be happy with at the end, like the doctor was, of, I just want to spend a little more time. And that's, I think I've even talked about this on stream, but I guess my ideal at this point, it won't happen, but if possible, I would love to live until I got bored. And I have to imagine there's so much in the world that I'm not going to get bored. I'm afraid, I'm realizing, I wonder, because I've been so sort of trapped and limited, I think I've kind of shut off some of my wonder for the world so that I could cope with not going out and devouring it. I think that's the case. I need to get that back, because sometimes you need to go into survival mode. Sometimes you need to shut down so that you don't go crazy. But I need to get that back, because I want to devour what the world has to offer. I'm not going to be able to get bored most likely, but god damn it, I'm going to do my best to try. But short of being able to get bored enough that you don't mind it so much, you're just trying to do enough so that you look back. And that doesn't necessarily mean you try all of the experiences. It doesn't necessarily mean that you see everything the world has to offer. Because, you know, that also includes all the bad things. And even if you curate just the good things, like, make sure you're spending time with friends and family and loved ones. Because also, you know, you never know when their time is up, right? I've had to be thinking about that a fair bit recently. Won't get into that too much. There's no... all okay, just seeing some stuff on the horizon. But, you know, take the day. You know, grab yourself some ice cream. Sit and read a book. Just chill with your own thoughts. These are all okay. You don't need to be go, 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 go. But making sure that you aren't just passing it by. And that's... I've been scrolling social media way too much recently. I intentionally avoided social media. I got it to, like, keep in touch with friends a little bit. I've taken to it as an idle habit. I spend like an hour in the mornings and like an hour later in the day sometimes, because it's easier. It's easier than picking up a book. When I get started and absorbed, I'm great, but getting myself started is such a task. So we'll need to work on that one. But live your lives. I hope that I'm a good part of it. I hope that I'm giving you some interesting thoughts, that I'm background noise and companionship for you doing other good things, because that's how I use a lot of YouTube content. I turn it on in the background, and it's people I like that sometimes say interesting things that get me thinking about stuff, and it makes me feel a little less alone, and it's just a good background track. Sometimes it's something I can talk to folks about, but it's not my focus. There's not a lot of times where I sit down and I'm just watching the thing. But if you are, also, no shame in that. As long as you're getting something out of it, right? Don't... if you're watching me and I am a substitute, no, bad. Spray bottle. I don't live your life vicariously through me, but live your life, and if I can be a good part of that, I'm so happy that I get to be. And flip side of that, thank y'all for being a part of mine. Thank y'all for watching this. Thank y'all for giving my art, if I can even call it that. Thank you for giving my experience in yapping an audience. It's nice to have it be heard, even if it's never heard. It's still nice to do because it gets me to think. It's better than scrolling Instagram, but it's nice to scream into the void and know that the void has some listening ears and has some eyes. So thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for coming along on this journey. We'll probably do at least one more of this, and I'm sure down the line we'll come back and revisit it more, because I like revisiting old games a bit, it seems. But we'll definitely do a little bit more of this, because I wanna see some of these things. But we'll probably take this, and I don't know if we'll jump into the 7 days with you immediately. I really want to play it. It's the same studio. It looks amazing, but I also might want to space this out with something else. I really do. I keep having a hankering for the, like, I Have No Mouth game that I got, which is probably severe tonal whiplash. We'll see, though. We'll get it figured out. But again, thank you for hanging out. It's been lovely, and I hope that I've been a positive part of your day. And I wish you luck in getting on with the rest of your day, doing whatever else it is that you need to do. I hope that it is done, that it gets done, and that it is fulfilling, and even if it's not fulfilling, that it helps set you up to do things that are. We've got limited days, and we want to make sure that we're happy with how we use them at the end of them best as we can be. So, thank y'all for hanging out, but I must, for now, bid you adieu. I will catch you next time, however. But for now, bye!